My beloved, my chosen one, my child of light. Do you feel the trembling in your heart right now? It is not fear. It is heaven knocking. Archangel Michael says, "You will cry for the rest of your life if you skip." This isn't just another quick message. That is why this is the voice you have failed to listen to. You kept receiving the same person from God in your dreams, in whispers, and in signs that you assumed were coincidences. The line is now very thin. God is very angry that you don't listen to him. Many times, Archangel Michael has tried to get in touch with you. "I am tired of trying to get in touch with you," he says. "I have sped up time to get you here. Don't throw this away. This is not a story or an idea. Now is your chance. Depending on these next few breaths, your life could either become light or full of regret. You have 10 seconds to decide what to do. That is how quick this window is. If you skip or show courage for 10 seconds, everything changes. The door shuts if you skip. If you see this as another thing to worry about, I will never talk to you again, says Archangel Michael. Heaven has told me what to do. If you don't listen now, you will only hear silence from now on. You will see a miracle that has been put off for years just for you, if you stay and let your heart be fully open. They will show you that every prayer that wasn't answered was not a rejection, but a preparation. And before I go any further, I need to whisper this. Do not just walk by, stay in touch. These words may have touched your heart with God's love. If they have, please subscribe. Now, not for me or anyone else, but because you need to stay connected to Heaven's channel where miracles happen every day. That is why I want you to subscribe right away. The reason for the alignment is not for me or this channel. You are not merely following a page when you click the subscribe button. You are putting yourself under the open window of heaven. God hears you and knows. I want to stay in touch with the prophetic flow. I don't want to miss what you have to say. Each subscriber is a soul that says yes to divine alignment. Seize your spot right now before this chance goes away. Sign up now to make sure you always hear the voice of heaven. You can say, "God, I am ready," with just one click. I want you to do something simple that has heavenly weight before we go any further. Immediately press the like button. That little thing isn't just for this video. You are telling God, "I am ready for your favor to flow in my life." For each like button press, a spiritual signal is sent that says, "I agree with heaven. I take in what God is letting go of." It only takes a second, but that second lets God's favor come after you in ways you cannot believe. Do it now. Feel the shift start by clicking like Archangel, my child. You have begged for signs, Michael says as he leans in close. You cried alone in the night because you thought no one heard you, but heaven hears all the time, today too. God isn't waiting for you to trip and fall. He is right there in front of you. Let this be your warning. Right here is your rescue. This is the moment of your miracle. The words that follow will reveal things that were hidden even from your own prayers. If you have the courage to stay, you will not know them if you skip though, and that will break your heart the most. What are you going to pick? What do you know, my child? My beloved, heaven has bent down just to keep you reading this. You are not here by accident, says Archangel Michael. You are being sucked into a divine storm of miracles, and your name is written right in the middle of it. You thought no one was paying attention to you for a long time. You thought your prayers had disappeared into silence for a very long time, but God whispers. Your prayers did not go to waste. Every single tear could be seen. Not a single sigh was missed. It was never because heaven left you that you felt alone. It was because God was saving your miracle for the exact moment when it would make your whole life different. This is that hour. Don't you understand? Asks Archangel Michael. Because of this, I have been after you through dreams, messages, and signs. But each time you skipped, your miracle took longer to happen. You only have these few breaths and this short time to decide whether you will stay or leave again. You will not just lose words if you skip now. The one key that opens the door to your destiny will be taken away from you. It is clear that Archangel Michael is there. I will not be able to speak any longer if you close your heart today. My task will be over and there will be silence. But beloved, tonight heaven will open wide for you if you stay and lean your soul into these words like they are water in a dry land to give you what is already yours. The angels will change paths, hearts, and even the laws of the earth. Don't judge my promise by what you see. God says, use my power which cannot fail to measure it. Don't think this is normal, my child. Don't think you can just walk by it and come back later. There is no later. This is the only chance, I beg you. Archangel Michael, pay attention to this. You only need 10 seconds of faith. You will always feel bad that you skipped when you were so close if you waste it. Do not leave me now, for the next words are not just words. These are the answers you have been pleading for. Do you feel that draw in your spirit, my beloved child, not by chance? The Spirit of God is pulling your heart closer. Today is the last chance, says Archangel Michael. I have been following you around, calling your name in the wind, and whispering it to you while you sleep. I cannot keep this message to myself any longer. You didn't understand why things were taking so long for years, you asked. Why me for years? Heaven replies today. Why does everything I touch feel so heavy, slow, and blocked? Because the times were not right yet, but now the time is just right. The door is now open. Let's make this real first before we go any further. You should make a declaration to seal this moment. Write the word Amen in the comments below, not just as a word, but as a key to your destiny. Know that heaven hears it as you type it. Your Amen represents your agreement with God's plan for your life. That is how you say, I am done running. I am ready to receive. Write it down right now and let it be the first thing that leads you to the open door. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community, seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. I am not asking you to believe in me, says Archangel Michael. Your surrender to the voice of God is what I am requesting. You are not rejecting me if you skip this now. You are going against what heaven wants. Dear one, I need to gently warn you. There will be silence if you skip this. Silence, not rage or punishment, unanswered prayers. Silence, angels' wings folded in silence. Heaven's silence saying, my child chose to walk away. But if you stay, if you dig deeper into these words, instead of running away from them, you will see what happens when heaven pours out miracles right away. There will be doors that cannot be closed by an enemy, a person, or a system. That is what God says now. This isn't about faith. That is not what this is about. Your destiny is at stake here. I am going to stop letting you wander. You can feel my hand on yours through this message. Please listen to Archangel Michael. Do not put heaven to the test. Don't take chances with your calling. Do not throw away what God has set up for you. 1 second, that is all. You have 10 seconds to decide if you believe or scroll away, burying the miracle in doubt. Follow me. Hold on to these words because I promise that what comes next isn't just the answer. That is something your enemies did not want you to know. Do you notice how the air is now heavier? My beloved child, that is not fear. There it is, presence. That is heaven pushing in, ready for you to say yes. Archangel Michael says, your soul recognizes what your mind cannot explain, which is why you feel this strange electricity in your body. There is a spiritual door in front of you that can only be opened once. Heaven's silence say, my child chose to walk away. But if you stay and lean into these words more, instead of running away from them, you will see what happens when miracles happen right away from heaven. There will be doors that cannot be closed by an enemy, a person, or a system. God is telling us right now that this has nothing to do with religion. That is not what this is about. Your destiny is at stake here. I am going to stop letting you wander. You can feel my hand on yours through this message. Please listen to Archangel Michael. Do not put heaven to the test. Don't take chances with your calling. Do not throw away what God has set up for you. 1 second, that is all. You have 10 seconds to decide if you believe or scroll away. Bearing the miracle in doubt, follow me. Hold on to these words because I promise that what comes next isn't just the answer. That is something your enemies did not want you to know. Do you notice how the air is now heavier? My beloved child, that is not fear. There it is, presence. That is heaven pushing in, ready for you to say yes. You feel this strange electricity in your body because your soul knows what your mind cannot explain, says Archangel Michael. There is a spiritual door in front of you that can only be opened once. The things that are trying to pull you away right now are not normal. There is a because your destiny will become clear like a flame. If you keep reading and receiving, the enemy knows this. Because of this, it has always been hard for you to stay focused when God calls you. If you resist the urge to skip now, you will finally break the cycle that has been stealing from you for years, says Archangel Michael. Dear ones, heaven is not a joke. God is not a jerk. It is because time in the Spirit has reached its last turn for the season that He says, you only have 10 seconds. It is not important and the season ends. If you honor it, the season will bring you more blessings than you could ever imagine. I have a secret to tell you. My child, your life has been circling like a bird waiting for the right time to land on a miracle with your name written on it. It flew away every time you didn't pay attention to it. Now though, Archangel Michael says it is going down. You can reach it, but you have to have faith. Make a choice and say yes. It is because your spirit knows the truth that tears are building up in your eyes as you read this. You cannot make that pull look real. You cannot make that pain happen. It is heaven getting ready to help you. Stay put. Stay put. You built walls out of fear. A wall because you thought you would be forgotten, and the next words will cut through all of those things. Do you feel like your spirit is leaning forward? My beloved, it is almost like your heart is listening more than your ears. This is because these are not my words. They are the breath of heaven sent straight to your heart, just to get this to you. I had to fight through layers of resistance, storms of darkness, and never-ending delays, says Archangel Michael. Do not let all of heaven's work fall apart because of a single doubt, dear child of God. The enemy was happy every time you ignored a sign. He whispered, "See, they will never get it," every time you were late. Then today, heaven roared back with his sword drawn. Archangel Michael says, no more delays, no more silence. Unless you choose it, you think skipping isn't a big deal, but pay close attention. In 10 seconds, you can change the course of your whole life by making a choice. This is the reason you are antsy right now. Your soul knows that this is just a gate, and gates close after a while. God is not mad. He is important. He is yelling, "Do not take lightly what I made to save you. You have prayed for a long time, Lord. Make it clear to me." This is how clear you are. You can see the burning bush in front of you. Beloved, if you leave this, you will leave the thing you were crying over at midnight. You will see that heaven was never late if you stay and open all the way. You will see that everything was ready for you to say yes. Do not break God's heart again. Warns Archangel Michael. He has been waiting too long for this link to appear. He will stay if you do. He will be quiet if you walk. So, take deep breaths, child. Do not move. What is about to be said will destroy every lie and make possible every miracle you thought was impossible. Your chest has held so many unanswered nights. My beloved, my chosen one, child of heaven, what had been hidden for years is being revealed today. What does Archangel Michael say? You have begged for clarity. You have sobbed into your pillow and asked, "Lord, are you real? Can you see me? Are you interested?" And God sent me to tell you the truth, which will shock you so much that your life will never be the same again. You believe this is just more writing on a page. Heaven is seeing you now, though. As you read this, each breath you take is a testimony that you were meant to find this message right now. And if you had skipped or ignored, you would have missed the only chance God gave you at this point in your life. Pay close attention. God is very angry that you don't listen to him. I have tried every way to reach you, including dreams, whispers, strangers, and Archangel Michael. The Archangel says, but every time you turned your head away, you thought it wasn't important. But heaven wouldn't give up on you because you are loved and chosen. But now comes the warning. This is the last chance. There will be silence if you leave this one. I will never talk to you again if you treat this like nothing, says Archangel Michael. This isn't anger. It is order. What you refuse to hold, heaven cannot waste. Do not believe these are light words. My love, you only have 10 seconds to choose whether to fully open your heart or shut it down with something else. That 1 second could mean the difference between living the rest of your life feeling bad about what you did or finally stepping into the miracle that has been waiting for you all along. And I want you to know this. Heaven is not lying. The Spirit is pressing on you right now, making you feel like it is close. that strange weight in your chest, your heart racing. And the tears you cannot explain are all signs that you are sure your soul knows this is the right time, even if your mind doesn't. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. I want you to take a moment to make a declaration that will reverberate throughout heaven. Write these words in the comments. I receive the miracle, not I hope to receive, or maybe I will receive. This is not just a comment. A spiritual transaction is taking place here. Here you are putting out your hands and telling God, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. I get what you have saved for me. Write it down right now and feel your spirit change as heaven responds to your faith. As this awakening grows inside you, know that helping with this mission is not a joke. It is a sign from God. You can support this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our cool faith community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history, it is a living promise about your future. Come into this moment with faith and a plan. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Pay close attention. God is very angry that you don't listen to him. I have tried every way to reach you, including dreams, whispers, strangers, and Archangel Michael, the Archangel says. But every time you turned your head away, you thought it wasn't important. But heaven wouldn't give up on you because you are loved and chosen. But now comes the warning. This is the last chance. There will be silence if you leave this one. I will never talk to you again if you treat this like nothing, says Archangel Michael. This isn't anger, it is order. What you refuse to hold heaven cannot waste. Do not believe these are light words. My love, you only have 10 seconds to choose whether to fully open your heart or shut it down with something else. That 1 second could mean the difference between living the rest of your life feeling bad about what you did or finally stepping into the miracle that has been waiting for you all along. And I want you to know this, heaven is not lying. The Spirit is pressing on you right now, making you feel like it is close. That strange weight in your chest, your heart racing, and the tears you cannot explain are all signs that you are sure your soul knows this is the right time, even if your mind doesn't. I will open the archives of heaven to you if you stay and treat these words as holy whispers, Archangel Michael. I will show you the truths that have been hidden from you, even in your prayers. I will fold my wings, though, and you will never hear this voice again if you leave. And before I go into more mystery, I need you to take a moment to do one thing. Stay in touch. Stay connected to the channel of heaven. Sign up right now, not for anyone else, not even me, but because you cannot miss another voice from heaven. I have a question for you. If God is speaking to you this clearly and urgently, can you miss what is going to happen next, so you cannot choose not to subscribe to stay alive? You promise that you will not miss the next word, the next warning, or the next promise. A prophetic promise is made over your life that says, I will be fed when you subscribe. This promise comes true. I am going to be led. Don't leave me in the dark. Don't let another day go by when heaven talks to you, but you are not there to hear it right now. Click subscribe, press the notification bell, and make sure you stay in the flow. There is a lifeline in every message. Every link is a rope that helps you get out of the hole. With just one click, you can tell God, I will not ignore you again. Listen up. Do you understand why everything you tried broke? What went wrong in your relationships? Why did the money get away from you? Why chances died as soon as you tried to take them? You were out of alignment. That is why. Because you kept skipping over the voice that was supposed to help you. Every delay, every breakup, and every night you couldn't sleep was leading you back to this. You can do something now that you are here. Either repeat the cycle or break it for good. If you stay, chains that you didn't even know you had will break, says Archangel Michael. Blessing will flood in more quickly than you can count if you surrender. You will cry for the rest of your life if you turn away. It is not that God is mean. It is that you will not hold on to what was given to you. Your entire destiny hangs in the balance right now. My love, this is where silence ends and miracles begin. At this point, you will either feel regret or be filled with God's joy. You are not a joke to God. He is not careless. He is important. He then says, 10 seconds, through Archangel Michael. That is all. You have 10 seconds to pick between speech and silence. Stay put. Please don't run away, because what I am about to say is the secret your soul has been looking for. You will never be the same after seeing it. You are still here, my beloved child. That alone demonstrates its power. Every second you stay, says Archangel Michael. Every line you let into your spirit breaks chains you didn't even know were around you. Even though you don't see them, angels are already at work while you read. Do you know what this means? You don't have to be perfect to enter heaven. Heaven doesn't expect you to solve all of your problems. Heaven only wants you to stay long enough to get what was planned for you before you were born. You have lived for years as if no one remembered you. However, Archangel Michael tells him, God wrote your name in stone, and nothing on earth or in hell can erase it. You are being shown that by heaven right now, beloved. The enemy always engaged you in silence because of this, which is why you felt invisible, ignored, and not good enough because you would be able to do anything once you knew who you were. You are starting to remember right now. Stay put. Don't skip, because the next few words will not only make you feel better, they will also change your future. You are still here. That alone shows that you know this isn't like other things that happen. Every breath you take while reading this is a choice, says Archangel Michael. As your heart beats, heaven waits to see if you will stay long enough for the miracle to happen. You don't know how many times God has reached out to you, and you have turned away because of something else. Do you understand? Because your enemy fears you more than you think. The enemy knows that your life will no longer be weak, confusing, or small if you can just sit still long enough to hear God's voice before the world was even made. A powerful destiny was sealed for you. This is why you have been attacked so much, beloved. This is why you had a childhood, why people you trusted have let you down, and why relationships have turned against you. It wasn't because you lost your luck. It was because you were picked. The darkness knew who you were before you knew who you were. As you look at him, Archangel Michael says, this is the hour of reversal. Now is the time to stop crying over what you lost and start getting what heaven has planned for you. God has seen you get lost. He saw you give up because of things you didn't tell anyone about. He has seen you wake up in the middle of the night and ask, Lord, why am I still alive? What is the point of this fight that never ends? And heaven never turned away. Every tear you thought went into your pillow was caught by angels, says Archangel Michael. Not a single one went to waste. What does that mean to you? It means that your pain has been taken into account. That means your pain wasn't random. It was getting things ready for something bigger. However, this is where it gets sharp. You cannot skip this part. You cannot say, "I will be back later." There is no later. In 10 seconds of faith and surrender, Archangel Michael says, miracles can happen for the rest of your life. But 10 seconds of doubt and 10 seconds of skipping can shut heaven's voice off for good. Are you aware that your chest is shaking right now? That is not fear. Yes, that is alignment. In that moment, the door to heaven will touch your soul. God has seen you get lost. He saw you give up because of things you didn't tell anyone about. He has seen you wake up in the middle of the night and ask, "Lord, why am I still alive? What is the point of this fight that never ends?" And heaven never turned away. Every tear you thought went into your pillow was caught by angels, says Archangel Michael. Not a single one went to waste. What does that mean to you? It means that your pain has been taken into account. That means your pain wasn't random. It was getting things ready for something bigger. However, this is where it gets sharp. You cannot skip this part. You cannot say, "I will be back later." There is no later. In 10 seconds of faith and surrender, Archangel Michael says, miracles can happen for the rest of your life. But 10 seconds of doubt and 10 seconds of skipping can shut heaven's voice off for good. Are you aware that your chest is shaking right now? That is not fear. Yes, that is alignment. In that moment, the door to heaven will touch your soul, and I need to be clear. This is a very important time for God. He is not mad like most people are mad. He is important. I have whispered. His spirit says, I have nudged. I got there late, but my kid doesn't seem to care about me. And there will be a long silence if they don't pay attention. That silence will not get you in trouble. That is what will happen. You cannot hear what you will not hold on to, but beloved, miracles will start if you stay and let these words sink in. Don't make empty promises or give soft comfort. Changes that cannot be denied. Money that seemed to be stuck will suddenly be released. If you poisoned a relationship, it will suddenly show you the truth. Chances that looked like they were gone will come back. You will know it wasn't luck. Finally, it was heaven that replied. If you dare to keep reading, I will not only talk to you. I will fight for you, says Archangel Michael. I will see through the lies that have been told about you. I will show those who smile at you, but are planning your downfall behind your back. What was meant to hurt you will become a blessing, because I will cover your home. This is why you cannot skip, my child. This is more than just a message, even if you don't know it. Right now is a covenant moment, a tie between you and heaven. Heaven will honor you if you treat it with respect. In fact, heaven will fold its wings and allow silence to fill the air if you treat it with light. Please, beloved, don't let this go. You don't have time, even though you think you do. You don't realize how short life is. Chances go away faster than you think. Heaven's gates don't stay open forever, and they only open occasionally. Right now you are in front of one. What you do now will be remembered for years to come. Archangel Michael moves closer. I am sick of trying to get in touch with you. It is not that I don't love you. It is just that every attempt has been turned down, but God told me to try again, and that is it. This is the last chance. After that, there was silence. Can you picture not hearing heaven's whisper again for the rest of your life? It would be awful to know that you missed a chance. You will cry for the rest of your life if you skip this, says Archangel Michael. This is not because God left you, but because you left him. You will never be the same if you stay. Beloved, you will know what it is like to be truly picked, loved, and lifted. They will not be able to touch the power you walk in, because it will not come from you. It is going to come from heaven. What takes place when you don't skip? Heaven starts to work with you right away when you stay. As you stay where you are, angels are moving things that cannot be seen. Some documents that were buried are now being found. People with the right ears are hearing names that were forgotten. Doors are starting to open that you didn't even know existed. You thought this was just text, but it is not. Now things are different, Archangel Michael tells them. You have no idea how hard it was to get to this point. Every thought that said, "This doesn't matter," or a distraction that almost pulled you away was darkness trying to stop you. They did this because they know what will happen if you fully receive this. You will no longer be lost as you walk. You will no longer be confused about whether God loves you or not. There will be no doubt in your mind, and the enemy fears that. Let me take you further, beloved. Remember when you begged God to show you something. You cried so hard your chest hurt some nights and asked, "Lord, do you see me?" That is the answer. This is the answer to your prayer. Heaven feels heavy around you right now. You must understand, though, that this is the last time God will say something like this. We cannot keep going forever, says Archangel Michael. You are the one who shuts the door if you skip. You are the one who opens it if you stay. God is not kidding, my child. He is not dramatic. He is exact. He only needs 10 seconds of faith, 10-second timer to say, "Yes, Lord, I believe. Yes, Lord, I will not skip." But a doubt for 10 seconds is all it takes to break the silence. That line is very thin. That is why it weighs heavy on your soul. Think about this. You decide to stay. You decide to let heaven talk. After a few days, things start to move quickly. A letter comes. A call comes in. Someone moves. Things that you thought were impossible start to work out in your favor. That is how fast heaven moves after you say yes. You will cry forever if you skip. Not because God is mean, but because you will know deep down that you ignored the very moment you begged for. Says Archangel Michael. It will not come back once it has been ignored, beloved. God means business. I am just the vessel through which Archangel Michael's plea comes out. Do not be careless about this. Don't tell yourself, "I will be back later." At that point, there will be no later, not yet. Stay put, stay put. Because what I am about to say will not only help you understand your past, it will also help you see your future. Are you aware of what is going on now? The very act of staying here and leaning into these words changes your story. Every skipped message in the past slowed down your breakthrough. But every line you breathe in speeds up what was meant to bless you, says Archangel Michael. You are making up years of lost time in just a few minutes of faith. Now, here is something powerful. Do not keep this to yourself. If these words are moving you, or if you sense a change in your spirit, send this video right now. Give it to someone you care about. Someone who needs a breakthrough should get it. You are not just sharing content when you share prophetic word. You are letting the anointing go. By becoming a vessel, you are letting heaven touch someone else's life. And as you give that anointing to other people, it grows in your own life. When you help someone else find their breakthrough, your own comes faster. Take a moment to think. Press share. Send it to your WhatsApp family and friends. You are about to enter your divine future. Remember that this message doesn't end with you. People can use your breakthrough to get where they need to go. You should be the one who brings light. This is why you feel both heavy and light at the same time. The weight is leaving while the present settles in. This is a sacred moment. Your agreement with heaven is sealed at this point. Write Amen again in the comment section below, but make it louder this time. Make it more deep. I am all in should be your soul's cry. You are signing the covenant with your Amen. It is your signature on a deal with heaven for your life. Write it now and speak to the angels. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the Word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. You will cry forever if you skip, not because God is mean, but because you will know deep down that you ignored the very moment you begged for, says Archangel Michael. It will not come back once it has been ignored. Beloved, God means business. I am just the vessel through which Archangel Michael's plea comes out. Do not be careless about this. Don't say to yourself, "I will be back later." You will not, because there will be no later, not yet. Stay put. Stay put, because what I am about to say will not only help you understand your past, it will also help you see your future. Are you aware of what is going on now? The very act of staying here and leaning into these words changes your story. Every missed message in the past slowed down your breakthrough, says Archangel Michael. But every breath you take now speeds up what was meant to bless you. You are making up years of lost time in just a few minutes of faith. That is why you feel heavy and light at the same time. The weight is ending while the presence is set. Loved one, think about the past for a moment. You may have asked for answers and been met with silence. When you cried so hard at night that sleep seemed like an enemy, that time of day when you dragged yourself out of bed, even though there was no hope, Archangel Michael says he saw all of that pain. Everything was written down, and if you stay now, nothing will be lost. That is the reason God sounds so important, because this is the hour when destiny and choice meet. And choice is everything, he says. If you ignore me again, I will not repeat myself. Cannot you see? God will never make you do something. He will not pull you. He will not tie you down to his plan. He will always let you in, though. This is the door. The words of Archangel Michael resound. It only takes a minute. You have 10 seconds to stay and believe, or you can close heaven with your own hands. Think about what will happen if you stay. You start to notice small changes like phone calls, opportunities that come up out of the blue peace where there was panic and clarity where there was fog. Then, all of a sudden, breakthrough after breakthrough comes in. Not because you were after it, but because you were in the right place. Dear one, this is not a dream. This is the law when the chosen one listens. Angels move according to heaven's law. For this reason, Archangel Michael is pressing so hard. God sounds rushed and the spirit feels close. Right now, you will always feel bad about leaving though. Your tears will not be from losing money or relationships, says Archangel Michael. They will be from knowing that you silenced your lifeline. You will not hear me again. That is not a threat. It is true. Heaven cannot keep saying things that you will not honor. God is putting a line in front of you, beloved. There is silence on one side. Miracle is across the way. You can no longer stand in the middle. You need to pick. Now you have to make a choice. Maybe you don't know this, but the reason your life has felt like a never-ending cycle of waiting, heartbreak, and closed doors is that God has been keeping something bigger from you. You thought you were forgotten, but in truth, you were hidden, says Archangel Michael. In truth, you were preserved while you believed you had been rejected. Heaven has decided to lift the veil right now after all the storms and nights of silence. Friends, when God hides something, it is not because it is not important. Underground, diamonds are hidden. In the sea, pearls are hidden. Stolen goods are buried deep so thieves cannot get to them. Your life is treasure, so you, the chosen one, have been hidden. The enemy tried to change your mind, used betrayal, loneliness, rejection, and loss to make you think you were like everyone else. But the fact that you were in pain shows how valuable you are. People would not have fought so hard for you if you hadn't been picked. Now, here is the truth. Your bad guys did not win. You stood back up every time you thought you were done. Your breath kept you going even when you thought you were broken. That is why heaven trusts you with this message. Even when you were weak, you showed that you were strong, says Archangel Michael. Now, pay close attention. God is fed up with being forgotten. It has been too long since you let him into your heart. This is your last call, says Archangel Michael. There will be silence if you close your heart again. There will be miracles if you stay too, but heaven will not be the same again, and you feel this right. What a strange mix of fear and hope that shaking in your chest is. Your spirit is seeing the truth. It is not fun to do this. We call this alignment. This is your soul remembering what it knew before your mind forgot. Beloved, you have barely any time left to choose whether to believe. Your life will never be the same if you really open up. The doors that were locked will be open again. The sad tears will turn into rivers of happiness. The bad relationships will end, and new healthy ones will come in their place. Everything will change for you. Your money, your home, your health, and your purpose. Do not look down on this moment, says Archangel Michael. Do not tell yourself that it is only words. Heaven is trying one last time to break through your silence, and I say this with all of heaven's weight behind me. You will always feel bad about ignoring this, but if you accept it, miracles will happen that you never thought possible. Now you know why your journey felt so heavy. That was not because God left you for the reason that you were being refined. You could not figure out why everyone else seemed to be rising while you were stuck, says Archangel Michael. You believed you were cursed. You believed that no one had remembered you. But beloved, you weren't being punished. You were getting ready for protection. The delay, there was formation in the silence, and the weights were getting you ready for a destiny that was bigger than you could have ever imagined. Take a look at it this way. Weak roots help a tree grow quickly, but they also help it fall quickly. It takes a tree with deep roots longer to grow, but it will last for hundreds of years. Neither are you, my beloved. You are not meant to be a weak tree. So, when you finally rise, No storm will be able to knock you down. Your roots were driven deep by pain, patience, and struggle. Do not look down on this moment, says Archangel Michael. Do not tell yourself that it is only words. Heaven is trying one last time to break through your silence. If you don't pay attention to this, you will always feel bad about it, even if heaven is against you. But if you accept it, miracles will happen that you never thought possible. Now you know why your journey felt so heavy. That wasn't because God left you for the reason that you were being refined. You couldn't figure out why everyone else seemed to be rising while you were stuck, says Archangel Michael. You believed you were cursed. You believed that no one had remembered you, but beloved, you weren't being punished. You were getting ready for protection. The delay, there was formation in the silence, and the weights were getting you ready for a destiny that was bigger than you could have ever imagined. Take a look at it this way. Weak roots help a tree grow quickly, but they also help it fall quickly. It takes a tree with deep roots longer to grow, but it will last for hundreds of years. Neither are you. My beloved, you are not meant to be a weak tree. So, when you finally rise, no storm will be able to knock you down. Your roots were driven deep by pain, patience, and struggle. The preparation is complete, according to Archangel Michael, which is why God sounds so urgent. Now the waiting is over. The time to hide is over. That preparation will be wasted if you skip now. You will feel like all the pain you went through was for nothing, because you didn't take the step when the door opened. Dear one, this is why you feel like your chest is so tight. This isn't fear. It is the birthing. In the same way that a mother groans in the last hour of giving birth, your spirit is groaning right now. You are not being punished by the pain you feel. This is a transition. You are not going to die. Your destiny has always been with you, but you never lived it. But pay close attention. This is the last call. Heaven will not scream anymore. If you don't pay attention to this, there will be a long silence. I am tired of trying to get in touch with you, says Archangel Michael. Not because I don't love you, but because heaven cannot throw away good things. If you don't agree with this, I will shut up and you will always wonder why things don't change. Still, if you stay and treat these words with respect, miracles will happen quickly. You will wake up with answers where there were none before. Once you get clear, it will feel like scales are falling out of your eyes. You will be able to tell who is for you and who is against you. False smiles and empty promises will no longer trick you. Heaven will show you everything, and when it does, your path will be clear. God is not joking, my beloved. He is not careless. He is exact. It only takes 10 seconds of faith to let the flood in. 1 second of doubt, though, is all it takes to lose it all. Which one do you want? Stay put. Why was your past so painful? The words that follow will not only explain that, but they will also show you the treasure that lies beneath it. When people ignored you or pushed you to the side, it wasn't because you weren't worth anything. It was because God was watching over you. I tell you, it was heaven's hand, says Archangel Michael. You thought they turned you down. You thought doors were closed because you weren't good enough. But those doors were sealed because what was inside would have poisoned your soul. This day, heaven is showing you why being turned down was actually a protection. God sounds so serious when he says, I am tired of being ignored, because he kept you safe even when you didn't know it. In truth, he was protecting you even though you thought he was quiet. After hiding it, putting it off, and crying, he has finally chosen this moment to tell everyone the truth. but you need to pay close attention. You should not miss this chance. Heaven doesn't often let people in like this. This is your last call, says Archangel Michael. You will have to live with the pain of silence if you walk away now. If you stay, you will find miracles even better than you asked for. You beloved, know this deep down. What you feel like a heavy weight on your spirit right now is not fear. It proves something. Do not skip this time, says the pull of destiny. Do not lose something that is finally ready to be sent. You will notice transformation if you stay. God will change the way you walk so that what was hurt can be fixed. What was held back is now free. What was stolen is given back. It will not take years either. It will happen quickly now that you are finally in line. But if you leave, if you don't care about this, then silence will fall and will not break again. This is why heaven begs you. So, this is why Archangel Michael tells you to make a choice in 10 seconds. You only have 10 seconds to pick faith over doubt. Destiny moves quickly. So you only have 10 seconds to say yes to heaven. And the most important moment in your life is about to happen. Stay with your beloved. Stay put, because what comes next isn't just an explanation. This is a revelation. What comes after is a miracle, and the truth about why you went through pain. You don't understand how valuable this moment is, but God sees everything you did to stay here, even when it was hard, was an act of obedience. Archangel Michael tells them the fact that you didn't skip shows that your spirit wants to live. And since you stayed, I will go further. I am going to reveal what was hidden. I am going to open what was sealed. Dear ones, let me be clear. Every prayer that wasn't answered wasn't a rejection. Not every delay was a denial. There was alignment. You couldn't see how God was putting the pieces together. He wasn't quiet even though you thought he was. He was getting ready. It is felt like your life has been a tour, but the truth is that you were led. You have been led by God to this opening one step at a time, tier by tier, moment by moment. This is why you cannot ignore it again, says Archangel Michael. This is the window. This is the way in. It will not wait if you walk right by it, because it is not just about today. The sense of urgency is very strong. It is about everything that comes after today. One choice changes everything. Destiny is altered by one decision, beloved. Do you see how powerful that is? 1 second, your life will never be the same after just 10 seconds of faith, surrender, and saying yes to God. But after 10 seconds of doubt, skipping or leaving, there will be a long and deep silence that will not be anger. That silence, it will be a lack because God cannot make you accept something you don't want to. Dear ones, let me be clear. Every prayer that wasn't answered wasn't a rejection. Not every delay was a denial. There was alignment. You couldn't see how God was putting the pieces together. He wasn't quiet even though you thought he was. He was getting ready. It is felt like your life has been a tour, but the truth is that you were led. You have been led by God to this opening one step at a time, tier by tier, moment by moment. This is why you cannot ignore it again, says Archangel Michael. This is the window. This is the way in. It will not wait if you walk right by it. That is why the sense of urgency is so strong, because today isn't the only day. It is about everything that comes after today. One choice changes everything. Destiny is altered by one decision. Beloved, do you see how powerful that is? 1 second, your life will never be the same after just 10 seconds of faith, surrender, and saying yes to God. But after 10 seconds of doubt, skipping, or leaving, there will be a long and deep silence that will not be anger. That silence, it will be a lack, because God cannot make you accept something you don't want to. Yet, you are still here, which means that hope is still alive, that your spirit is still reaching, and that the miracle is still close at hand. If you stay with me, I will not only protect you, I will fight for you, says Archangel Michael. I am going to cut off the hands that try to steal from you. I will show you the faces that smiled at you, but were planning how to mess you up. Only if you don't leave will I watch over your house, your body, your heart, and your destiny. This is why God is important, beloved, because He has seen the fights going on around you. He has heard the curses that were said about you. Now that He has seen the lies, envy, and jealousy, He says, I will not let it go on. I will not let my child be eaten. But they have to agree with me. They need to stay put because this is just the start of what heaven has in store. The story is still going on. The story is actually just getting started. For so long there was silence in your life that you thought God had forgotten about you. Heaven never forgot, says Archangel Michael. Heaven was ready. Not every delay was a denial. It was for protection. There was never a lack of silence, beloved. That was strategy. See, it would have been terrible for you if God had given you what you asked for at the wrong time. It would have broken your heart to be with that person, that chance you cried over would have held you back. You would have been locked up behind that open door you thought you missed. But God is like a parent. He kept you safe even when it looked like you would be turned away. The waiting is over, says Archangel Michael. That is why God is so urgent now and why His words sound heavy. The preparation is done, but if you don't pay attention to this moment, everything that was stored will stay sealed. The weight in your chest feels different tonight because the veil is being pressed against by heaven right on the edge of your life. The miracle is waiting for one. Yes, dear ones. I want to remind you that heaven cannot make you do anything. You need to pick. It only takes a minute, 10 seconds of faith, 10 seconds of saying, Lord, I receive. But just 10 seconds of doubt is enough to end it all. Don't take that lightly. Don't take chances with your future. You shouldn't start a new cycle of pain because you will not take what God is giving you. Your future will change if you stay open. Angels will move very quickly. What got stuck will move. What was hidden will come to light. It will all make sense to you why the past hurt so much. It was making you ready for the glory that is coming. The pain of knowing you touched the edge of breakthrough and let it slip away will remain with you if you walk away. But silence will descend. Archangel Michael leans in closer and his voice is overflowing with urgency. I am sick of trying to get in touch with you. It is not that I am tired of you. It is just that heaven cannot waste time. This is the last call and warning you have. This is your last chance to show that you are ready. Do not forget this, beloved. Don't see how long heaven can wait. Now is the time to get up. Now is the time to believe. It is important not to miss this door. Stay put, stay put. What comes next will not only explain your pain, it will also show you what your purpose is. Do you know why God has been after you for so long? It is because you are marked. The world doesn't see it, but heaven's mark has sealed you, says Archangel Michael. Darkness knew about it before you did. Because of this, you were attacked so early, so often, and in an unfair way. The fight was never about what you did wrong. Your destiny was the subject of the battle. Every wound, betrayal, and heartbreak you went through was meant to make you believe that you were not worth anything. You made it, though. You made it through, And the fact that you are still breathing shows that God never let go, even if you feel weak. This is why heaven sounds so terrible right now, beloved. There had been years of waiting, nights of unanswered prayers and delays, and it was all leading up to this one chance, and ignoring it isn't the same thing as leaving words behind. You are leaving the reason you were born behind. Archangel Michael says, I cannot say this again. You are getting away from me with all of your signs and whispers. If you don't pay attention, silence will come. Everything will open up if you stay and finally believe. Think about the last few years of your life. Think about all the times you cried and no one heard you. When you were turned down, it broke you. Think about the prayers you thought God didn't hear. Listen to the truth. It was all used up. It was all planned out. Every tear was kept track of. Every moment of silence was a plan. Every delay was due to timing. This very moment is proof. You wouldn't have been ready if those doors had opened earlier. But now you are. 1 second is all it takes, says Archangel Michael. Everything can change in 10 seconds of surrender, but doubt for 10 seconds can ruin everything. That is why you have a heavy heart. That is why your chest feels tight. It is not fear, it is a choice. The edge of destiny is where you are. It is the weight you feel that you choose. This message is over for us, but it is just the beginning for you. One last thing I want you to do. Send this video to other people. Not just for the algorithm, but because someone you know is crying right now. You know someone who is giving up. A person you know is about to miss their miracle. Their breakthrough is in your hands. There is more to this than just a video when you share it. You are giving someone a lifeline. This means, I care enough about you to send you what saved me. The anointing on this word will multiply in your life as you spread it. The breakthrough you just got will spread to more people. Now leave, press share. Send it to everyone who needs to know that God is still talking. See what God does with your obedience as well. We have reached the last second. The choice is made. The door is open with one final declaration. I now ask you to sign it. What should you write in the comments? My destiny is opened. It is not a wish. It is true as a promise, not as a hope. Make it stand out. Have faith as you write it. As you do this, know that heaven is bending down to meet you. Your destiny has already come to you. It is right here. It is open. It is yours too. Write it down now and go through it. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's take a moment to reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is not a stroke of luck. It is a direct message from Archangel Michael to you. He is extending his hand and inviting you into a protected, high, vibrational community where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise. This sacred principle is very simple, but it can change your whole life. If you follow it, you will not just receive blessings. They will be multiplied and flow into every part of your life. By accepting this invitation right now, you are unlocking immediate early access to powerful content and divine insights that are hidden from the general world. Now is your chance to enter a sacred space where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this sacred moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. If you desire to deepen your connection, join Archangel Michael's inner circle immediately through the exclusive link in the description and pinned comment. This is how you guarantee you never miss the direct, personalized messages that are specifically meant to elevate and empower your life. But your presence, attention, and energy already mean the world. Take the step, your abundance awaits. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment, a place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided ebooks and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.